morning. Thanks for watching Living Local. We are back at one of our favorite places, AIM Acupuncture and Integrative Medicine in North Myrtle Beach. I'm here with the famous Dr. Weber. How are you?
I'm great, Rainee. So good to have you again.
Well, same here. So, today we are chatting, because we love chatting with all the different patients she has here.
We love chatting with all of our patients. If we could just hang out and talk all day, that would be the best.
It's nice to have so many positive stories, right? But you have some amazing people here and so many good stories, like I was saying before. And today we are chatting with Richard.
Oh, Mr. Richard.
Who is one of your patients who's been here since the end of 2020.
Yeah, we love all of our patients. But of course, a few have, special places in our hearts. And Mr. Richard, yes. Yeah,
he's a sweet man.
Very sweet man.
Very sweet man. So before we chat with him, kind of give me your take as far as the doctor's side. What was it like when he came in here? What kind of symptoms was he experiencing?
Well, when we first met him, he was almost at the point of, we call it the point of no return.
Oh, wow.
When we did our neuropathy exam on him, he scored this close to being not eligible for our treatment.
Really?
So he wasn't experiencing a lot of symptoms. Now, that might sound a little strange, but he was to the point where he wasn't feeling much of anything.
Because he was going numb.
He was going numb. He was more numb than in pain.
And he's a neuropathy patient.
He is a neuropathy patient. And, he was on the verge of losing his independence.
Wow.
And Mr. Richard, you're going to meet him. He's a hoot. He's very independent, very outgoing, very involved in his community. And it was only a matter of time before he lost his ability to drive.
Oh, wow.
And so when we met him, he was using a cane to get in here, and he needed the cane.
Yeah.
And he's long since put the cane down.
That's exciting.
He recently did a trip all the way to Athens, Georgia, to see one of his sons.
Wow.
So that's a good little drive, especially, for a person that was on the verge of not being able to drive again.
Sure.
Or being able to drive any longer. So
wow.
He's come a long way. He's still got a little ways to go.
Sure.
Because he was...
Was he a more severe case?
He was one of the most severe cases we've seen.
Okay, so there is a point
There's the point of no return.
No return,
and
okay.
He was a hair from it. he was really a hair from it, and I told him this is kind of I don't know what we're going to get.
Sure.
If you want to try, we'll try.
Well, I love that. I love that you're so upfront with everybody.
Yeah.
They kind of have an idea of what to expect or a parameter.
Well, and that's exactly what it is. We do a neuropathy exam with them, and if they score here, well, if they're up here, there's nothing that we can do. This is the threshold. He was right here.
Wow.
He was right here. But then if they score here, we do this. If they score here, we
Sure.
do this. It becomes very straightforward. But he was just right here, and he had to make that call, not me.
The reason I came here, I have a son in Athens, Georgia, who goes to an acupuncturist there. And one day when he was being treated by her, he asked her if acupuncture would help his father, who had all these chemicals years ago, and he named the chemicals for cancer. And she said, well, that's where we're good at. And then she asked him, where does your father live? And he said he lives in the Myrtle Beach area. And she said, oh, my mentor's in North Myrtle Beach. And that's how I got started here. And
now, you said you've had neuropathy for a while, right?
24 years.
24 years. And what has that kind of, how severe has it been for you? What has that felt like?
For a long time, it wasn't very severe at all, but they told me I'd have it the rest of my life because of the strong chemicals I had for testicular cancer.
Oh, wow.
I was the oldest person they ever had with that. That's a young man's disease. They didn't know how to treat me, so I was in the hospital a week at a time. I couldn't even crawl steps when I came home. I couldn't cross steps. I started coming here middle of September, and I didn't notice much for a while because it takes patience. But I've seen a lot of progression now in my feeling and in my ability to walk without a cane. I'm just very thankful to be alive and experience what the acupuncture is doing for me. And it's just a wonderful blessing to me, and my family's so thankful for it too. We're a very, very close family, and my children are they're real blessings. So I'm good.
Well, thanks so much, Richard, for
thank you.
sharing your experience with us.
Thank you for asking me to do it.